Hi, this is Ambritt from Louisville Public Library. Today we're going to be doing some crafting, but I wanted to let you know we're going to have a grab bag the first Monday of every month. It's going to be related to the craft. There'll be supplies in there for you, and it will correspond with that Saturday's video. So this will be once a month, the first Monday of the month. Also, if you could leave a comment, we'd really appreciate it. It truly helps the library. Just let us know how many people are watching at home and if there's anything else you'd like me to do in the crafting videos or different crafts you'd like to see. Okay, let's get started. This craft is our grab bag craft, so I want to show you what's going to be in the grab bag if you get one at the library. So it'll come looking like this. You will have an overview of what is inside of the bag. There's going to be an acorn, a magnet. I'll show you those. There's the magnet and the acorn, so one of each will be inside of the bag. And then I go over what you need to provide to make this and some just basic directions. But of course, watching the video is going to be the most helpful versus reading the directions. And then of course, we're going to be making this acorn here, painting it and gluing it to the magnet. Also, there's going to be a little slip inside, enter to win slip. We are collecting these through the end of December. If you fill this out and drop it off the library at any time, you are entered to win. So the more you do, the more chances you have to win. So please do that. There's an awesome prize. So let's get into it. Okay, so to get started today, you're going to need your acorn to start out, and of course a magnet. You can make several of these. I'm just going to make one. This is again what it'll look like in the end. I have used yellow faded into the orange, and the magnet is glued on the back with hot glue. So you want to have that ready, or some sort of strong glue, some water, a brush, some sort of dish to put your paint in, and then your three colors. Always start with white, and then have two other colors that you can kind of fade in together. It doesn't have to be orange and yellow. I like the orange and yellow, especially for fall time right now, but you could do any other color combination. So first, you're going to paint your acorn white. All of it except this top part. So to do that, take your paint. You only need a very small amount and put it into your dish. Go. Take your brush. You might need to do more than one coat, so you're literally just painting it on there. Just like that. Take your time. You might want to thin it out if you get a lot on, just because then it'll take longer to dry, and then you have to wait in between each coat to put more paint on. Because if you don't, it's just not going to turn out right. It's going to look kind of gloppy. You want it to look as smooth as you can. I'm just covering the entire thing, as you can see. And then I want to kind of very carefully along that seam, that line where you're painting versus the top part, just carefully try to make that paint go across the top straight. See that I have covered it white. Just set it on like a napkin or just anywhere where you can let it dry. So now I'm going to just use this one since it's already dry. I have put 2 coats on this one. It still could use a little bit more, but I think this is good for what we're going to do today. I think these paints will cover up any kind of darkness that's still showing. To just clean out my brush a little bit, and then take some of the yellow paint first. Take your brush, clean it off, and then take some yellow paint and just cover the entire top of this up up to about the middle, bottom middle part of the acorn. See, I'm kind of stopping about there. This is where we're going to fade that orange into the yellow. And I will show you how to do that once we get to that step. I'm just using acrylic paint. If you have something else, that's fine too. Just keep in mind this is kind of messy, so depending on what kind of paint you're using, you might want to wear some gloves or something, or you can just wash your hands when you're done, but you probably will get some paint on you. So I'm just going all the way around the acorn, kind of stopping in that same spot near the bottom. And I'm not dragging my yellow paint all the way down. Okay, so now it's all around. And I'm going to take the orange next. So once again, just clean off your brush a little bit. And then take your orange paint. You can put this all out on a dish. I'm just dipping right into the container because again, you really don't need a lot of paint for this. Especially if you're only doing one. If you're doing several, then it might be worth pouring each paint out onto like a palette of some kind, or just like a paper plate. So right now I am just finishing off the bottom part with the orange. So where that white was still showing, I'm covering it with the orange. And then start kneading it with the yellow. So I'm just like, not really blending it yet, but just kind of mixing the two a little bit. Just painting the bottom. So now this has come to the point where I need to let this dry before I paint anymore. So I'm just going to set this aside with my other one. And then we're going to take a quick break, and then I will show you how to finish it off and then glue the magnet on. Okay, we're back. So my acorn is not completely dry. I will recommend letting yours completely dry before you add more paint. But for just the sake of showing you, I'm going to have mine, a little wet. So I have just taken a little bit of yellow, a little bit of the orange, put it in, mixed a little bit with the white, just a teeny bit, not very much. And I'm taking mostly the orange, not really much of the white. It's pretty much just all orange. And I'm going to be painting over where I have the orange and the yellow. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the yellow and kind of mix that together a little bit with that orange. So I'm just painting over that. This is how I got kind of that fade look with the yellow and orange. You just kind of keep mixing them together as you go until it looks like the yellow is fading into the orange. And again, this is something that might also take you 2 to 3 coats to make it actually look like a nice fade. On this one, I did, I think, 3 coats to get it to look like this. I just kind of kept going back and forth over and over again with the yellow and orange, just kind of mixing them until it looks like a nice like ombre, where that you can see that orange, but then it just fades into the yellow really smooth and nice. So once again, all you do is you just take some of your orange, some of your yellow, mix them together, and then just go, you know, back and forth over that kind of middle part where the two colors have met. So, you know, if you just repeat this process over and over again, you're going to get to this point. But again, wait in between each coat to dry. So once it starts to look streaky, stop, let it completely dry, and then repeat the process and just go over and over again. Okay, so now you will just take your magnet that is in your grab bag, add some glue to the back. I just have a little dollop on there. And then glue it to anywhere on your acorn, like whatever part you want to be the back side, just glue that to the magnet. So mine's not done, but I'm just showing you just for reference how this will go when you're done. There was a little imperfection on the back of this acorn, so I made that the back where I glued it down because the front part is a lot smoother. So again, once you're done, you can put it onto anywhere you like, your fridge, maybe your stove, somewhere in your house just for fun. The grab bag again will have the acorn and the magnet, but if you want to make several of these, all you need is acorn and some magnets and some sort of like, you know, glue to adhere it. And you could even forego painting them if you want, but I do like the look of the painted ones personally. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and join us again next time. Thanks for watching our video today. Join us again next week and every week on Saturdays for a crafting video. Also, again, there'll be a grab bag once a month on Mondays, the first Monday of the month, corresponding with that Saturday's craft. Again, please leave us a comment in this video. We'd really appreciate it. It helps us a bunch. And don't forget to stay safe out there.